Hello, my name is Callista and welcome back to Cinders. In the last episode, Cinders went into town and actually spoke with quite a few people. We had a chat with Madame Gayde about our mother, Cinders introduced herself to Perrault, captain of the guards, and most importantly, Cinders had a chat with Tobias and he revealed some very interesting things about the state of our house's finances. It seems the family is running out of money. Carmosa is doing her best to keep up appearances, but it's just that, appearances. And at the very end of the last episode, Gloria was showing some very unusual concern for our safety. So I'm very interested to see where this conversation is going to go, so let's get this started. No, I'm just glad you made it home shortly after sunset. I was starting to get worried. The woods can be treacherous after nightfall. Oh, thank you for your concern. I don't think you need to worry about me, though. I need to worry about everything in this house. If I don't, nobody would, and everything will fall apart. Oh, okay. Okay then, Gloria. Can't these servants do anything right? It's not such a big deal. The house looks as good as it does when Carmosa is here, so you don't need to worry. Thank you, but I do. I have no time to explain it to you now. You can go to your room and read or do whatever you see fit. There are some leftovers from dinner in the kitchen if you are hungry. Oh, maybe she is genuinely concerned. I can't tell with Gloria. All right. Thank you. Oh, did you go to the merchant as we agreed? Yes, I gave your list to Tobias. He said he can deliver all the items within 3 or 4 days. Oh, I knew I could count on you. No need to go into the details now. I'm sure it's all as it should be. Thanks, Gloria. You're very nice. Hey, what do you think you're using on the curtains? You'll ruin them and the stains will just stay there forever. And there she goes. Too bad, we almost had a normal conversation. Maybe it's for the better. I'm too tired to even talk and I would kill for some sleep. I should grab this opportunity. I should grab this opportunity to go to bed early and rest. All in all, it was an eventful day. That it was, Cinders. That it was. Hello, Gloria. Cinders, are you awake? Oh, I'm awake. I'll be right there. I'll get to work in a minute. No, it's not about that. I just need to talk to you. Alright, Gloria, what is it? What is so important that you have to speak to me at this hour? At this hour? You mean noon? I wanted to speak with you about the way you've been behaving these past few days. Now there goes my nice morning. Or afternoon. It's not like that, Cinders. I actually came here to, well, thank you. Oh, Gloria. Alright, Cinders' imagination, now you really need to wake up. You're right. Our relationship hasn't been very good in the past, and I can see this changing. Lately, you've started behaving more reasonably and responsibly. You're less self-centered and more aware of our common interest. I just wanted to tell you that I noticed, and that I appreciate this little bit of support from you. Deeply. Oh, well, I'm really surprised. I don't really know how to respond. Thanks, I guess. It wasn't something I planned, you know, this change you speak of. Then miracles do happen. As Mother always says, causes aren't important, only consequences matter. So no matter what caused you to change, what's important is that you are maturing, and that is a good thing indeed. Excuse me, mature? Yes, become an adult, a person who is able to grasp a larger picture, go beyond one's own interests. Also someone who can sacrifice personal happiness for the greater good of the house, if it is necessary. I don't deny that it can be difficult at times, but we are not children anymore. We must realise how we all depend on Carmosa and support her in any way we can. I see. Well, it certainly doesn't play well with my idea of maturity, especially that part about supporting Carmosa. Of course you would say that. Just like you, Mother can be a difficult person to get along with, I admit. But her intentions are good. Think about the way she's putting all her strength into giving us a good life. And if you still doubt her, try imagining our lives without her. Don't mind if I do. How long do you think this house would last with her gone? You must understand she won't be here to care for us forever, and I can't do it alone. Cinders, I need your support. I guess you are right. You are wrong. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Because I do agree with what she's saying. Kalmosa won't always be there, and eventually these three girls are going to have to look after themselves. And I think in a weird, kind of abusive way, Kalmosa is looking after them. She's making sure that there's a roof over their head. She's making sure that they have food, that they are presenting this veneer of opulence that, you know, other people would look at them and think, oh, they're so noble because, you know, they have noble status. At the same time, she's being abusive about this. And here's the thing. Gloria is content to stay in her room. This is another situation where I had the option of side with Gloria, side with Sophia, call them both stupid. Those weren't the exact choices, but here's the thing. With You Are Wrong, I don't know if the game's gonna be like Cinders says something along the lines of, no, we're strong enough to do this on our own. Kalmosa really shouldn't have that much sway over us. Or if instead Cinders is going to say something like, but Kalmosa is a bitch. Da, da, da. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Cinders has been very sympathetic to Kalmosa. Cinders has spoken many times about how much Kalmosa must have sacrificed to get her where she is. Madame Gayday said something very similar to what Gloria is saying, that Kalmosa must have sacrificed an awful lot to get where she is, and one of the things she sacrificed was being able to care what people think about you. So I guess Gloria is right. Alright, I see your point, and as much as I hate to accept it, I think I can agree with at least part of what you're saying. Of course Kalmosa means well. It's her house and we're her daughters after all. At least you are. It's her actions, not her intentions, that I have trouble understanding. But maybe not anymore. Perhaps we're more alike than I imagined. We're survivors, doing what's necessary to cope with the situation we've been presented with. Such insights give you credit, Cinders. They tend to come with age. If that's true, then Kalmosa must be really old, and her sight is completely different than mine. That would explain some things which... Maybe she is a victim of harsh circumstances. Maybe she did have to struggle all the time. And yes, maybe I can't really imagine what she went through. But think about the woman she became. A black widow so spiteful that she hurts her own children. But Cinders... Please, let me finish, Gloria. With all the pain she suffered, there was a lesson there that she missed. Sometimes being nice to people around you can make all the difference in the world. She has no right whatsoever to turn our lives into hell, Gloria, and you know it. She is how she is, Cinders. She is doing her best to manage everything and it is a great burden. She can be terrible, but only because life can be terrible to her. You surely don't intend to change her... That sentence does not make sense. You surely don't intend to change her now. Oh yes, no doubt about that. I'm not talking about changing her arachnid nature. I'm talking about changing ours. We could certainly use some improvement in our natures, you know? This picture you are painting in front of my eyes seems pleasant, but also not very realistic. It requires one thing that we do not have: mutual agreement. And we will not have that as long as we are not of one mind. That is, as long as Sophia keeps up her silly act. Gloria, I doubt that it is Sophia who we should be worrying about in this situation. I'm having trouble picturing her opposed to... Excuse me again. I'm having trouble picturing her opposed to anything that would bring us more freedom from Carmosa. No, Gloria. It's you. You are the unknown in this equation. We can't be sure about your loyalties. Now, this is something I didn't expect. You behaving just like Sophia. It would seem that you two have much more in common than meets the eye. You both prefer to spend your time criticizing me than trying to contribute. You could be helping me, helping us, somehow. How can we understand each other if you do not even try? Then maybe you should stop whining about being criticized and start listening. How exactly did you try to communicate with Sophia? How much effort did you put into it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but she isn't exactly the happiest girl in the world. The hate that you and Carmosa poured onto her through the years took its toll. Her bitterness and armor of cynicism are like a cry for help. If only you could give her any credit, any recognition, then maybe she'd be willing to help you. She hardly seems interested in... Let me finish. Before you judge her with your usual presumptions, tell me this. When was the last time you actually talked with her? Do not be ridiculous, Cinders. I spoke with her as recently as yesterday. I don't mean commenting on house affairs or managing chores, but actually talking. Like sisters. You do remember that you two are sisters, right? Or is family only important to you if it allows you to put blame on other people? Alright, I see where this is going. Fine, I'm not really certain when it happened, but we did lose our connection. She seems so alien now. I catch myself thinking about her like a stranger. Her face is like a mask, shielding her thoughts from me. I agree that it is unfortunate, and it isn't only Sophia's fault that we grew apart. Maybe we could work on changing that. Yes! That's what I want. I want an ending where Gloria and Sophia are friends. You may be thinking that I'm telling you this to criticize you, but I'm not. All I want is to hear you say things like this, so that we can stop hurting each other all the time. It is the only reasonable thing to do. And you are always the most reasonable one, so it's good that you're willing to give it a try. And so you recognize it as well. I am the most reasonable. And I am the only one here that actually does anything to keep up the house. That might be just a bit of an overstatement, Gloria. Each one of us puts some work into how this place works, for better or worse. We just have different perspectives, and so we give a different kind of input, but surely you realize how naive that sounds. It is something one might say to a slow child to spare its feelings. I have tried to help you both understand the importance of Carmosa's rules, and yet I seem to be the only one to acknowledge the requirements to keep a proper household. Will nobody ever learn? How long am I supposed to guide you and work alone against the laziness and stupidity of others? Hasn't it ever occurred to you that you might not have all the answers? Because that's the root of the problem right there. You tried to be our teacher or a disciplinarian. You have no knowledge that we lack, nor a higher status, and you are not our mother. Stop trying to imitate Carmosa. Is this how you think a sister should act? How should I know? Do any of you act like one towards me? I don't want to fight back. I absolutely do not want to fight back, because I think if we keep a calm head, that will calm her down. If we just keep escalating, then it eventually will just end up with pots and pans being thrown about. And again, I think reasoning with her, I don't want to apologize to her just because that's what she wants to hear. At the same time, we don't know how Cinders has acted in the past. We know how Cinders has acted since we've been controlling her. However, we don't know how Cinders has acted towards Gloria in the past. And maybe... again, No one's ever really stood up to Carmosa when Carmosa has been harassing Gloria. Has anyone ever stood up to Carmosa and tried to take the blame off of Gloria? I doubt it. We've comforted her a little bit, but we've never really shared her burdens, and I do think that Gloria has burdens. I'm sorry for whatever happened in the past, Gloria. You're right. I'm sorry. I guess both sides are always responsible for a relationship, and neither me nor Sophia has made it easier for you. Yet again, the voice of reason speaks on my behalf, and all it took was a little honesty with yourself to admit that I am right. Can you see the argument from my previous behavior now? Stop it! Can you actually hear yourself? I reached out to you and apologized, and what do? You yourself have admitted that I was right and my behavior was correct. I said that both sides are always responsible, and so I apologized for my faults towards you, but you are responsible too. How dare you? And we could do what we always do. Throw the blame around. I'm sure there's plenty for everyone. We could even share some with the neighbours. But how about acting normal for a change? We've had it hard in the past and took it out on each other. Let's start over. And how do you imagine we do that? We could try to act like sisters, for starters. Or at least like a group of semi-friendly, normal girls. Exchange information in basic conversation without bringing out the big guns. You know? Talk. I think I would like that. Hey, Gloria! I'm glad. I promise to treat you best from now on. To act more sister-like. Thank you. Fine, I shall try to put some effort into it and treat you well too. Thank you. I'm happy we finally agreed. And in light of taking care of one another, you are still speaking a bit like Carmosa. Please, take more care of yourself and your own needs. Stop trying to become her. Not that again! Gloria, would you please stop for a second to think and answer one simple question truthfully? And what question might that be? What do you like to do? And no, I don't mean something that you feel obliged to do, not a chore, necessity, or an assignment. What do you like to do? What makes you happy? What do you do just for yourself and nobody else? But what are your goals? What will you do when Carmosa's not here anymore? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? I do not know. I just want to make everything better. This house should work as intended, and it should do so because of me. I want to make everyone happy and keep it all together. Fine. And when you accomplish that, imagine the house is running smoothly, Carmosa is proud of you and at ease, all tasks complete. What would you do with all your free time then? I do not know what to say. Indeed, such a situation seems highly unlikely to occur, so I have not given it any thought. Who are you? What do you know about yourself? I do not know. That's fine, you don't have to answer me, just yourself. It may take time and effort, but that's all I meant. I didn't mean to hurt you. And yet you did. I'm sorry, but I think someone had to say it and you needed to hear it. You are not alone. We all have our issues and we all have it hard. I'm simply concerned about you. You seem lost in Carmosa's expectations. Lost long enough to even lose your true self. And who should I be? That is precisely the question you shouldn't be asking anyone. Apart from yourself, that is. You could use a sister, though. Especially Sophia needs one. That sounds nice. We all need to work on sorting out our own problems and not waste effort taking things out on each other. this is the only way things will work out. I guess I thought things would work out for the best if I pleased Carmosa. But my efforts never seem to be sufficient. I think you are right, and there is no normal life to be found in that path. I'm sorry. Yet it is hard for me to accept everything you are saying, my dear. That's fine. We have lived this pattern for so long, and we have only started the process of breaking it, and it does not come easily. I'm glad we've had this chance to talk, dear sister. Thank you for really listening. I'm glad as well. So, sisters? How about friends? That's a start. So, anyway. Oh, there is another reason I came to see you. Take today for yourself. I do not see a use for you in the house, since everything seems to be running smoothly. Thank you, Gloria. If that's the case, how about taking some time off? Don't you want to do something just for fun? No, I do not think it would be wise to leave the house unsupervised. I did hear you, though. It's just... But you'll go ahead. Your life is not easy, so you have the right to use this time of freedom. I do recognize you as a reasonable adult, capable of making wise decisions about how to spend your time. I really, really appreciate that. I think I'll use this time to get out, so... Cinders, do you think Sophia hates me? I couldn't say for sure. It is possible, but regardless of whether she does or doesn't, your relationship can be fixed. You know that, don't you? Thank you, friend, for your honesty as well as making it an attempt to cheer me up. Have a good day. Oh, Gloria, for a minute then I thought we weren't going to get through to her, but... Okay, I seem to have befriended both Gloria and Sophia, and now I just need to find a way to bring them together. Hello there, Hall. Let's see what new surprises you have in store for me today. Because I have to warn you, after the conversation I just had, I'm hard to impress. Hello there, early bird. Only old surprises, apparently. You really should try harder next time, Hall. Having a conversation with the room? How bizarrely refreshing. It's good to see you too, Sophia. Now, I never thought I'd say something like this, but here it goes. Carmosa was right. Too much reading does make you crazy. But evidently it also makes you interesting. At least interesting enough to make my eternally uptight sister sneak into your room when she thought I wasn't looking. I seriously doubt she's that naive. Doesn't matter. The real question is, what did she want from you? Did she come to ask for help? So many hours without the chance to struggle for Carmosa's approval must have left the poor girl quite disturbed. Come on, Sophia, quit it already. She was actually quite nice to me, relatively speaking. She even had something to say for a change. I think that was the first time we actually had a normal conversation. Conversation with that harpy? About what, I wonder? Was she giving you advice on how to make yourself spineless? Or were you just discussing boys? You really shouldn't go there, or someone might think that you're jealous. Because of your little chat, please. Seriously, Sophia, you could really try talking to Gloria someday. Having tea with her without Oh, what? Sorry, the ending took me by surprise there. Having tea with her without spiking hers with rat poison. I would never do such a thing. Rat poison is easily traceable. I see. I think you've just given me a bit too much information there, Sophia. Oh, you're such a child sometimes. In case you didn't notice, we're living in the middle of a dangerous and unforgiving forest. This place is packed with wild, bloodthirsty predators. And whether we choose to see them or not, they exist. What a lovely thought. I will think about it on my trip through the woods today. Oh, you're going out again? I have to eat something first, but yes, I am going out. Why? I was just wondering if you... Well... What is it? Sophia, are you blushing? Don't be ridiculous. Of course I'm not blushing. I was just thinking that maybe you could use some company. You want to leave the house? Yes. Is that a crime? Dearest Sophia, no, not in my book. Of course I'd love to go with you. But a lot is happening now, and I wanted to have some time to think alone. I'm really sorry. Maybe some other time? When Carmosa is back. Right. I'll get back to my room and stay there then. Forever. Don't be like that. I'm really sorry, you just caught me by surprise, but I really would want to go out with you whenever we get the next chance. Yes, I understand. Go then and have fun doing your secret stuff. Thanks, I will. I'll see you in the evening. Sorry again. Okay, let's head into town. Cinders, what are you planning? Another day of freedom I can spend on the town. There's always something going on here. Even now I see some commotion in the street. I wonder what it's about. Ooh, dearie me. Oh God, I've only voiced this lady once. She was Brian's mother, wasn't she? Not the Messiah, there we go. The moment I saw my cow die, I knew it. It was those evil beads of yours what did it. Oh shit, I've got to go between that voice and American. What are you talking about, woman? My poor Molly has died, and she was in so much pain for days. She mooed like she has never mooed before. It was almost like moaning or crying. It was your fault. I must have seen the bad omens. My poor Molly moaning and the order her wretched body made. It must have been your cursed witch. Cows smell on their own, and your Molly didn't need my help in that department. You might not have noticed because you only bathe occasionally. My poor Molly is dead, lifeless as a clump of mud on the street, and the artless witch that you are dare to jest about it. I knew it was your doing, you wretched. I'm laughing because there is little else to do. How else should I react to your stupidity? You want someone to blame? I told you to come to me so I could take a look at your bloody cow and heal it. But did you listen? No. The animal's pain was not enough reason to spare a few coins. But I did bring her to you. When it was terminal, because before that, you said it is for fate to decide what happens, and who would have guessed it didn't work out well. But you said the cow would die, and she did. I said it'd die if you won't take care of it. The damn cow was seriously ill. You could see that for yourself. You only came to me when it couldn't move anymore. Only then you realized trusting fate won't do. Well, too late. Now you're searching for someone else to take the blame for your stupidity. Oh, but she didn't die until you looked at her, you witch. The old town knows you are bad news. You are not welcome here. Shut up, or else I will turn you into a frog or a cow to compensate for your loss. Oh, no, not these 3 accents at once. What's going on here? Oh, good captain, please arrest this evil witch for killing my poor Molly with her evil eye and her devilish beads. She is... How the hell do I say that with a Yorkshire accent? Molly? My poor cow, she was so kind and helpful and... Is there any truth to what she accuses you of? I'm not even going to dignify that foolishness with an answer. If this idiot doesn't want to take responsibility for her own actions, fine. But leave me out of this. Alright then, my dear lady. Oh, flippin' heck. That was thunder right there. Alright then, my dear lady, I'm gonna have to ask you to go home and wait till I sort this out. But I will make it my responsibility to sort this out. Now please go home and do not pursue this matter on your own. Do you understand? Yes I do. Fine. I do apologise for this woman's behaviour, and I hope that you've not been bothered by this You know how the townspeople are when they feel hurt or helpless. Oh, I do know! They blame the Wicked Witch, sometimes with the help of torches and pitchforks. I hope, however, that you realise that you are welcome here. These are good people. They just get carried away sometimes. They expect you to always be able to bail them out of their problems. For generations they did that. Of all the old noble professions, yours is still needed. Oh yes, I'm so needed that you had to intervene. How many times has it been now? Them blaming me for their own stupidity. This town sure has a strange way of showing appreciation. It might be the time to move on now. And now surely you don't mean that. Just yesterday this young woman told everyone in the inn how much you helped her and... Sure, a grateful lady nobody listens to one day. Insults, blame and pitchforks the next. That seems like a good cue to leave. You have good reasons to be angry. Oh, just give me some time, please. I need to think. Someone in this town should anyway. Fine, I consider the matter settled and you will do as you see fit, like you always do. Till next time, madam. Good day, Cinders. I did not notice you standing there. Good day to you too, Captain. May I inquire what is going on? Well, we'll inquire in the next episode. I seem to have a lot of cliffhangers in Cinders. I am out of time for this episode, so please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.